Namaskar everyone, welcome back to Current Gyan. So we'll continue the new topic which is provision relating to the social security. So let us begin this lecture. So the number of incapacitated and helpless people in the security is found to have increasing because of the reasons including poverty, unemployment, economic inequalities, natural disasters, social conflict, children's, elderly citizens, single women, endangered indigenous peoples, ethnic groups, and the people with disability had provided a social security allowance. The Nepal government, through its budget of speech of financial year 2066-2067, has been providing the child protection grant of 200 per month up to the two children below 5 years of the age for every indigent Dalit and from all the families of Karnali zone. Nearly 400,000 children have directly benefited from this program. The distribution of the food through the rural infrastructure programs has been created employment equal to the thousands of days. Similarly, the access to the primary educations and the essential health and nutrition related to the service has increased due to their expansion. During the same period, youth self-employment programs got started. So the Social Security Funds has been established through the application of 1% tax of the wages of the employees and workers of the organized sectors to address the employment related risk. The major program implemented to the social security are as follows. First, the allowance distribution program to the elderly citizens, single women, endangered indigenous people, ethnic group, and the people with disability. Second program is child protection grant program. Third is an employment and self-employment program, and fourth one is the social security fund and management improvement and running of welfare. And the next one is a special assistance to the people in the difficulties, and the last one is improvement of the social security systems and capability of development program. So now we'll discuss about the education. So these are student cycling to the college. You can see in the pictures. So the right related to the education in the Article 31 of the Constitution states that the Constitution of Nepal has provision the right to access the basic educations to every citizen, the right to get the compulsory and free education up to the basic level and free education up to the secondary level of from the estate of every citizen, the right to get the higher educations in accordance with the law of citizens with the disabilities and economically indigent citizens, and the right to get the education in the mother tongue, and for that purpose to operate the schools and educational institutes in accordance with the law to every citizen. The policies, legal institutional program, and human development efforts made in the educational sector in the past have been brought a significant achievement in the sector. According to the National Census of 2068, the total literacy rate of the Nepal has been reached to 65.9%, which has been 54.1 in the National Census of 2058 base. So table 6.3 says the literate population of national census 2068. So in the urban areas you can see that 82.2% and which male is 89 and female is 75. In the rural area it is still less, that is 62, and in which we have male of 71% and 53 females. In mountain we have more number of less educated literate populations. Total is 60%, in which we have 71 male and 50 females. Similarly, in hill we have a high number of literate population, that is 72%. In Tarai we have 61%. So in which you can see the female participation in Tarai is very low, that is 52%, but not lower than the mountain. So in the capital, if you see, then there are 86% people are literates, and in which the male population is 92% and the female participation is almost 80%. So in total, you can see in Nepal, according to 268 BS census, is 65.94% is total population, literate population, in which female is male have 75.14 and female is 57.39. If we talk about the health which is in the Article 37, the Constitution of Nepal has provided the right to the free basic health service for the state of every citizen, and to right to get information about the medical treatment of every person, the right to the equal access to the health service to the every citizen, as well as the right to access and cleaning drinking water and sanitation to the every citizens. For the same constitutional provision and commitments made in the regional international forum, the government have the active to ensure the access for the citizenship and quality of the health services. The access of the common public of the health services has been increased due to the qualitative and quantitative development and delivery of the health services as a result of policy level, program level, human resource development, supply medicine and equipment and institutional support during the planned development process. Moreover, private, public and non-governmental sectors and the local levels have been added to their contribution in the health services. As a result of the various immunization program, including this national immunization program ran in Nepal, the quantitative and qualitative improvement taken in the service of related to the infectious and in non-infectious diseases, the average life expectancy has reached to 69.7 years. Likewise, maternity mortality rate, that is per 1 lakh live births, it is 239. 239. Child mortality is per 1000, it is 32, and the child mortality rate under 5 years is uh, per 1000 live birth is 39. So there has been no improvement in the expectation level as is easy, affordable, and wide access to the health service of the people from the invisible district settlement and the people below the poverty line of the backward classes. The inequitable delivery of available health services has not been possible due to the social, gender, economic, and social barrier too. So let us discuss about the cultural life in the Nepal in the next lecture. So with this, we'll end this lecture. Thank you for watching. Jai Nepal.